Sincere greetings. My name is Essa Bokarr. I am a son of Africa. I am, to be more precise, a son of Senegambia. Scaling it down to the country in which I was born, being the Republic of the Gambia. Today, I am invited by young Africans from different parts of the continent, including the Gambia, to speak on and speak about Pan-Africanism. Well, where Pan-Africanism remains the vessel or the container of our activities that are pegged on or derived from what we think of, what we speak about, what our deeds are, should remain the guideline for any duty that any one of us is assigned to handle. The duty begins with refusing identity crisis. In Africa, today's generation should start working very hard to remove the artificial barriers that separate our nations in imagination, but not in what is rational. No country in Africa can honestly say they exactly know where their borders are drawn as lines. When you go into the bushes, you go to the mountains, and then leave the border posts where you find customs officers, soldiers, police standing adamant on being those who will identify what separates them from neighboring brothers and sisters. This is why wisdom has taught us that the best way we should begin thinking, or one of the best ways, is to understand the conductor called people-to-people relations, where people-to-people relations supersede state-to-state. It will then come back to be power belongs to the people. Where power belongs to the people, and those people have been obliged by destiny and fate to live in the same continent, logic definitely defies anything that would cause separation between those very people. It has gone a time where we Africans should do away with endless speeches and then start swimming in the sea of endless deeds. Deeds that will be supported by building economies, building bridges. Here, when I say bridges, I mean what will connect us, not what will separate us. Pan-Africanism is not a uniform. It is not what one should use to be identified with and then coil back, wait for another occasion and come and speak, then coil back. No. Pan-Africanism is a spirit, is a soul. A body without a soul is a dead body. The mind without any spirit guiding it is a lost mind. We must be able to understand that this continent called Africa, all of us who are bragging today, saying that I am Gambian, I am Senegalese, I am from Ivory Coast, I am from Guinea-Bissau, I'm from Guinea-Conakry, I'm from Mozambique, I am from South Africa, I am from Zimbabwe. Those names are an outcome of the partition of Africa. And the decision was not made by Africans, was not made for Africans, and was not made in Africa. It was in Germany. It was Bismarck and his peers who met in Berlin. There they decided to draw lines and separate societies, giving them identity. And that identity is today what we call nations. Today, those are the names we go with to the United Nations General Assembly, stand on the podium and identify ourselves as the representative of Gambia, the representative of Senegal, the representative of South Africa, and all whatnot. If you combine all those nations or countries, they are nothing less than 50. Where those 50 nations, states, or countries, where they are identified as member states of the United Nations, definitely they carry weight. Today, had all African countries united, decide that today we African member states of the United Nations, we are leaving because we are not given the opportunity to occupy a permanent seat at the UN Security Council, there would have been an emergency meeting called. I can reassure you that. But like they say, we like saying that, aluta continua. Brother Samra Marcel said it, but he said this, or he asked this at the end, aluta continua. Everybody said, aluta continua. He said, por qué? Why? For what? The hall remained mute because nobody could answer. He went ahead, he said, against tribalism, against ethnocentric feelings, against what separates us, what separates us, against identity crisis, against all the ills in Africa. And we understand most of the things that affect Africa are generated within Africa. You, the youth, who chose to converge in Nguekokh, Senegal, under the umbrella of GIF Africa, let me advise you today, or let me share this with you. Many a times, people call you the future leaders. No, you are leaders in the making. Leaders who are not waiting for tomorrow to be asked to come and take over. You are already the ones running the show. A nation without youths is not a nation. Because there is the energy. If you are above 35, will they recruit you in the army?